Recently took it, and I'm not kidding, I was absolutely blown away by how much information was there. The differences in how we consider how to drive commercial structure versus residential is amazing. The instructor that we have for that course is Mickey Lee. He's actually local, and he's been with a company called Munters, and now Polygon is the name of the company that he's with, which is actually a spin-off of Munters, or they purchased Munters?
Yeah. Munters divested of the service division, so we took on the name.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, it was a digestion. They digested their service division. So anyway, Mickey's gonna tell you guys a little bit about the commercial drying specialist course, and if you're real nice, he'll probably tell you something about drying a gym floor if somebody asks them real nice. So anyway, with no further ado, my good friend Mickey Lee.
Thanks, Rick. How many of you have done commercial structural drying? Okay, that's about a little over a third of you. What's the? Tell me about just very briefly about some of the projects that you've done.
We've done a lot of banks.
Banks, okay.
We did a VA hospital.
A VA hospital. Most of the entire structure, or several floors of it?
Several floors.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right, that's a real challenge because that's probably an older one.
Yep.
Was it an older building? Yes.
A hotel.
Hotels?
Yeah.
Okay. New, old,
It was fairly new.
upscale?
It was downstairs.
Okay. All right. What else?
Did Coles.
A Kohl's department store? Okay. About 100,000 square foot. That's a real challenge. There's a lot of, well, in fact, each one of the ones that you talked about. A hotel is very different from a VA hospital, is very different from a bank in the finish out and everything else, and is very different from everything else. I mean, they're all very different. So what I'm going to do just for a few minutes is talk about what makes them different. Okay? So I'm going to just start off by illustrating. This is house plans. I used this about 2 years ago to get a building built, a residence, from a mother-in-law through Forsyth County. And I had to go in for zoning, and I had to do all kinds of stuff with them. And so this is the entire plans. I got the building permit. I got the general contractor. We built the building. We did everything with this right here. Okay? Now, also about 2.5 years ago, up in Gainesville, they did an addition onto a hospital. And that's what that looks like.
That's typical though.
That's typical, isn't it?
Yeah, because you change so many blueprints during the course of building.
Well,
So
this is actually,
that one.
yeah, this is the as-built drawings. So this is actually, so this was not all the wasted stuff, everything else. And this is not all the interim drawings. This is the as-built. Okay? So, a little difference, huh? Well, let's talk a little bit about those differences. So, the first one is construction. And I know I write with the wrong hand, but...
No, you don't.
Oh, I know. Okay, all right. Construction. So there's every different kind of construction that you can imagine. Now, in a typical home, you've got wood stick construction. In a typical commercial building, what do you have? Metal studs. What else? Steel framing. In a bank, what kind of finish out do you typically have in a bank? Concrete. A lot of concrete. Is there generally a lot of fancy wood and molding and architectural woodwork and things of that nature? In the VA hospital, what kind of construction did you have there? Same thing? Okay, so it was fairly nice then? Very up?
Yeah, it was like, I guess it was like a new addition to the side of the wing that
Okay.
we were working in.
Okay. All right.
Like the
So,
other part of it was,
in a
I
lot
had
of-
no idea.
In a lot of institutional buildings, you find lots of marble, you find lots of concrete, you've got tilt wall, you find lots of CMU or concrete masonry units, You have a lot of steel studs. You also have heavy steel, structural steel. You have a lot of glass in buildings that have what's called a curtain wall facade. So there's lots of different kinds of construction. There's lots of different usage. That's this next one. So think of some of the usages that you have with in commercial buildings. What are they? Well, not only retail, okay? Is a Kohl's going to be quite different from a hotel? Okay? You've got a great, big, huge open area, right? A hotel is just the opposite, chopped up. You know, you got 18 by 18 rooms or 10 by 10 rooms, and you've got a small bathroom and a closet. So you have a very, very chopped up building in a hotel. So you've got retail, you've got institutional. Okay, institutional would be hospitals. Okay, institutions would be school, university. Anyone ever done facilities at a university? Okay, a couple of you. Also, and of course, hospital and government buildings. All of those are institutional buildings.